Hello guys, welcome back to another video on my Mark III Audi TT. And today we're going to be speaking about a couple of things, mainly stage 1 tune, but we're going to be pricing up how much it is to stage 2 tune this, so you know if you want to do it how much it's roughly going to cost. And we're going to do a little bit of driving, because I've had 2 suggestions on driving and talking about my stage 1, so we're going to do it both in this video. So let's get into it. So we're going to start off with what I've done to my car as in stage 1 wise. Now a lot of people are going to comment saying, why have you done that type of tune? So the tune I've gone for is quantum tuning. It is a cheaper tune. You can go for Revo, set you back about 400 quid, but I have gone for a stage 1, one of them just plug-in ones. I'm not too fussed. I've always had them, never had a problem. I think it's more if you thrash the shit out of it. Some of them can be bad. But quantum tuning is used quite a lot around the market, so that's what I've gone for. And the price of it, I think it was around 250 to 300 quid, so it's a bit cheaper than Revo. Yeah, it does the job, so that's what I've gone for. So if you're looking to add stage 1 to your Mark III Audi TT, then I'll talk a bit about modifications you need. You don't need any. So it is literally that simple. It is literally from stock to stage 1, you just need the tune. Now you can put some more stuff on to hopefully get a bit more power, like I have. I have put the Ram air filter on, the intake system, and I've got a catback exhaust system from Scorpion. They're the 2 things I've added. You do not need them though for stage 1. So now we'll talk about the figures you'll get from a stage 1. So standard, this is, I think it's around 227, people say just 230, and if you get your stage 1, you're going to be looking around 300 brake. Could be a bit more if you add the air intake and maybe a catback like I have. I've not had it dynoed, so I do not know, but it's around, Revo say around 300 brake with their tune, and you're looking around 440 newton meters, so it does put it up quite a bit. I think it's 74 brake up from standard. And the newton meters is, I think it's around 370 standard, and it's now 440, so we're up around 70 newton meters, which is obviously another big gain. So guys, you join me inside the TT now, where we're going to look a little bit into the fuel costs. Has anything changed since I've gone stage 1? The only bit I do notice is when I'm doing shorter journeys, or if I'm putting my foot down, obviously there is more fuel going into the engine, so we're going to use more fuel. It's not dramatically noticeable, but if we just look on here now, I'll bring the camera in. So on a short-term memory, we've got 27.2 miles per gallon, which obviously isn't the best. If I go down, so my long-term memory is 31.4, but that's obviously when I was standard as well, so obviously it's changed quite a bit there, and I've not been driving mad at all, so we have dropped a few miles per gallon. So yeah, as for the fueling, I'm not noticing too much difference, but obviously we'll see over time if it changes any more, but yeah, I'm not noticing too much. I run the car on either Shell V-Power or Tesco Momentum. My car never gets run on normal fuel, even when it was standard, so that's just me. Obviously most people who've got these cars probably run it on the good fuel as well. I'd like to think so anyway. So a couple more things I want to speak about the map. So when I did have it done, I had the speed limiter removed, because I think the car's restricted to like 155, I think, maybe like that. So I've had that removed so we can go as fast as we like when we hit the Autobahn. Also, because I am planning on decatting the car, I want some loud noises out of it, I've had the after cat lambda sensor mapped out, so when I do put my new downpipe on, which is on the way, it's taken ages, it's coming from Austin TTI, and it's been about 3 months. Obviously no engine light will come on because I've had that after cat lambda mapped out. Now the only thing I would say I wish I did, which I have not done yet, is I've not had the DSG mapped. Now the tuner said you don't really need it mapped for stage 1 because it's not a massive power increase, but I do notice that the gears do change before, like it feels like they change too early. So if you are going to get your car tuned, I would get the DSG tuned as well, which I'll do eventually, but it is not cheap. It costs you around 500 quid for the DSG tune. So we've got this on, we're going to go for a blast basically and talk about stage 2. So we'll do that now actually. What's required and what's recommended. This is from Revo. Now they recommend quite a few things, but you don't actually need them. The things you require: a turbo back exhaust, so this could be obviously with a sports cat or a D-cat. Now personally I'd rather a D-cat. 1, it's cheaper, 2, it sounds better. You need to add an intake system with that, so I did find one. The one I've got is quite cheap. You can get some that are up to £1,000 carbon fibre Revo ones stuff like that. It's going to set you back quite a bit of money. Now you can upgrade your fuel, high pressure fuel pump, which is very expensive. That is £1,000 odd for a new one, upgraded one. Or I think you could upgrade piston inside of your standard one, set you back about 450 quid, something like that. So Revo recommend new engine mounts. You're looking at £270 each for these. And then we got the dog mount, which obviously if you're adding torque, you ideally want to upgrade your dog mount, which is the one on the gearbox. That'll set you back about 367 quid. So that's quite a bit. Now I am reading off a list here because I can't remember everything. So they say you should upgrade your, well, renew your PCV, and they said PVC again, and your diverter valve. Now if you're gonna do your diverter valve, you might as well upgrade it. Now I did find one for, how much did I say, 168 quid, and then if you want a new genuine PCV valve, you're looking at 104 quid. So we're getting quite pricey here. You're gonna need your DSD tune, which is about 500 odd quid, and then you're gonna need your stage 2 map, another 500 odd quid. Front mount intercooler, you're looking at about 800 quid for one of them, I'd say. So that's 800 quid for a intercooler. I worked out altogether, if you went for sports cat, it's going to set you back about 5,174 quid. That's without the intercooler added, so add another 800 quid. So about 6 grand if you do Revo's recommended route, which is obviously dog mode mounts, engine mounts. It's going to set you back a heck of a lot of money. Now if you just do the required stuff, which is the intake, the turbo back, I think that's pretty much it. It worked out about, how much is that? 2,400. So for stage 2 it's still about 2,400. I think it's up to like 355 brake, maybe a bit more depending on what mods you've added and what tune you've got. I must say one thing about this TT, it gets some looks, which is the whole reason I modify a car, because I like to show it off. Oh yes, Swift Lion. Yeah, go on lad. Getting subscribers, driving around, we love it. I'm not even joking, this is the best car I've ever owned. I absolutely love this thing. It's probably, to be honest, it's only 300 brake, or maybe a little bit more with the intake and that, but I think it's quick enough how it is. Like, obviously I always want more, but it's fast how it is. Like, it's perfect for the handling, it's not too fast for the handling. It's just all round package is mint. I don't know what's going on today, there's so much traffic, I can't like get any speed going at all. I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to show you like full potential of this car, but we need a racetrack for that with nobody in my bloody way. Alright, we'll give it a bit of a boost. Oh wow, she goes. And we caught back up. Yeah, she's quick. I love this car. This video is a bit more of a chilled out one. I just wanted to obviously bring you guys out for a drive in the car and talk about stage 1. As obviously that's what 2 people suggested, or they wanted to see a video on, so obviously I got to keep you happy. Another thing I want to speak about is possibly in, well, hopefully around February time, I'm looking to get my first crash damaged car. So I'm thinking an M140i, Golf R, or something along them lines. Put down in the comments if you'd want if there's a car you'd want to see me rebuild. It's going to be my first car, so if I make mistakes, don't shout at me. You're getting a POV, getting a passenger POV, Abby. Oh man, you just can't get nothing. I just can't get no momentum for you, because obviously it's a granny outing this weekend, should I say. Everyone's driving slow, very slow. Or I just drive too fast, one of them. That's going to be the end of the video. It's not the best video, I'm not going to lie, but I just wanted to take you guys out for a little drive in the car. Obviously we're not going flat out because we can't, but yeah. Let me know what you think of the audio. Obviously I'm using the mic right now, so you should be able to tell the difference from this and when I talk on that camera. But yeah, hopefully the audio is better. Just let me know in the comments. Also let me know what car you would like to see rebuilt on my channel. It's going to be crash damage. I'm going to start off with the category N, I think, because I feel more safe doing that. Like, if I go for the Cat S, I've never done a crash damage car. I want a front ender. I'm not into rear enders or anything like that, so a front ender will be ideal. But obviously, see how it goes, and if it goes well, then we'll do some more cars. Yeah. So that's the end of the video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for watching. Leave a comment about the stuff I've just said and like the video. Give it a thumbs up. It helped me out a lot. Catch you in the next one, guys. Peace.